What's up guys, iChuggernaut with No Life TV here. As I'm sure most of you know, the Star Wars Battlefront Beta opened today, and I'm going to be sharing some highlights from my gameplay, as well as a quick overview of the Walker Assault playlist. Now this isn't the greatest highlight since it results in my death, but before I even get out the door, I get diced up by the Man in Black Darth Vader on my first Walker Assault. For those of you who haven't played the beta yet, there's two game modes for you to choose from for competitive multiplayer. The first is Drop Zone, a simple King of the Hill style game type. The second playlist is Walker Assault, which is what I'm playing in this video. The Walker Assault is another capture point style game type, whereas the rebels you try to activate and defend uplinks to take down the Empire's AT-AT walkers, or as the Empire, disable the uplinks and drive your attack into the heart of the rebel base. If you immediately choose the Walker Assault, the beta prompts you to try a different game type first to rank up. I would recommend this as well, just to grab a couple low level perks, which you can see in the bottom right hand corner of my screen. The first ones you get are the Cycler Rifle, which is a single shot basic sniper rifle, reach charge time to use it again about 7 seconds, and the basic Star Wars Battlefront grenade. At this point I hadn't gotten my third perk yet. My empty slot is later filled with ion charged rounds, which grant a damage bonus to shields, droids, and vehicles. Here you see me switch to my Cycler Rifle and fire its single shot before returning to my primary weapon. And if you look in the bottom right hand corner of the screen, you can see the Cycler Rifle recharging for its next use. The scale of the Hoth map is absolutely massive, ranging from the inner corridors of the rebel base to the wide open tundra where one of the walkers trudges forward. The wide open no man's land between these trenches offers great sight lines for the Cycler Rifle, assuming you don't get annihilated by a blast from the AT-AT. The uplinks you fight to control come in pairs, and new uplinks become available as the walkers progress towards the rebel base. Okay, now with that basic overview out of the way, we can get back to the fun stuff.
Now finish them off.
Now in these couple small clips here, you can see how easily you can take advantage of these long sight lines on the Hoth map. Right here I have another run-in with a lightsaber wielding psychopath, but with a little teamwork we're able to put him in his place. And what would online gaming be without a little classless shaming of the opposing team?
Y-wing is locked onto our AT-AT.
To be honest, at this point I was getting a little tired of running around, getting killed in all corners of this gigantic map, but this grenade multi-kill brought my spirits right back up. Unfortunately, I was immediately brought back to reality when I was killed before I could disable this uplink. Another unfortunate but funny event, I wasn't paying attention between games and look up to see my old friend Darth Vader come to murder me yet again. Right here I get my first taste of gameplay beyond infantry. These turrets are pretty handy, good damage, and no one really seems to notice you while you're in them. On the downside, they overheat quickly, and in my experience, they're taken down rather easily. Here you can see my most exciting moment up to this point. This is when I learned vehicles are available via power-ups throughout the map. Unfortunately, I get killed activating the power-up. Although this was a total bummer, it was a turning point. From here out, I could seek out more power-ups, enjoying the game more, and bringing more depth to my experience in the Star Wars universe. I should also mention that regardless what side I was fighting for, the odds were forever in favor of the Empire. In my last game, I was able to take advantage of my knowledge of the power-ups where you get vehicles. Immediately after spawning, I was able to find a TIE fighter. This was great. As soon as I was in the air, I was pumped. I immediately switched to first-person view and was hit with that great nostalgic feeling. However, the TIE fighter has one speed, and that is flat out, making it hard to control and ultimately leading to my death. It was fun while it lasted. I made a couple loops around the map, laying down fire against ground troops before smashing into this rock wall. From here, things just kept getting better. I later respawned only yards away from an AT-AT walker that was available. Now you can see at the bottom of the screen, the AT-AT walker has a 60-second time limit for anybody who enters the vehicle, so enjoy it while it lasts. I found the AT-AT walker a little hard to control as well, but this was only because the reticle seems to wobble a little bit now and then. However, thanks to the AT-AT's cannons delivering large splash damage, I was able to get one kill despite the wobbly reticle and the 60-second time limit.
Cut their uplink and should slow down their bombers.
I later got into another mounted turret, and although I didn't do a lot of damage up to this point, like I said earlier, it took a long time for the enemy to notice that I was even in it.
Hold that uplink. The rebel Y-wings won't be able to pinpoint your location.
And you can see here in regards to their low hit points how quickly I decommission an enemy turret after it opens fire on me. That being said, I'm sure some of my teammates were putting shots on it before I got the chance to take the kill. Moving forward, I found another TIE Fighter power-up. This brings up an important point. There's a use it or lose it policy with Battlefront vehicles. You can see the timer for the vehicle in the bottom right hand corner running out before I ever get a chance to use it. Lucky for me, I stumbled upon an AT-ST right after I lost a TIE Fighter. This was definitely my favorite vehicle of the game. With 3 different mounted weapons and easy maneuverability, it was really fun to use.
Scout transport, now in position. Enemies ahead.
Rebel bombers have locked onto our AT-AT.
The rebels have activated the uplink station. We must shut it down. Homing missile lock on your ship.
Auxiliary power failed.
Now it's a little slow, so it took me a while to walk it into any action, but with its primary blasters, light rocket salvo, and single heavy rocket, it's great for clearing out ground troops in multiple circumstances. You can see as I round this corner, the rocket salvo worked great to help clear out this cave. And on top of the AT-ST's versatile artillery, its high hit points make it difficult for any enemy infantry to take it down without special weapons.
An enemy bomber has locked onto our walker. Rebel bombers are making their attack run. Our walker is exposed. Keep the rebels away from it.
Like I said, on this map, the Empire always wins. And with that, it's the end of my first look at Star Wars Battlefront. Again, this is iChuggernaut with No Life TV. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and until next time, may the Force be with you.